What's up, fam? Extraordinary Life with Elijah, and probably not the beginning you were expecting. Probably doesn't mean anything to you. It does for me, because I'm completely remaking my video for this week. Oh man, I had a whole other video that I made in the park, and it was awesome, but just let me tell you the story. After I got done making my video, as I was heading back to my car, I walked past this young lady sitting on a blanket, having a picnic in the park, reading a book, and God said, you know what? Go over here and talk to her because she has something for you. So this week, Skyla is my extra and I am the ordinary. Skyla, I don't even know you. We talked for 5 minutes, but oh, my face is cramping. I just bless you. I thank you for your vulnerability and your courage to share with an absolute stranger your thoughts from a totally random question out of the blue. You ripped me up, encouraged me, imparted grace to my life. For my journey. Oh, my face is cramping so bad. And I bless you in Jesus' name. Friends, I put my stuff in my car and walked over to Skyla and said, hi, I do YouTube videos and I was just making one. And as I walked by, I thought I would come over here and ask you if you had one piece of advice for a total stranger, the best advice from your entire life, what would you tell them? Skyla looked at me and she said, well, wow, that is a very interesting question. Okay, she's kind of just relaxed, sitting on her legs, set her stuff to the side, got up on top of her knees and said, let me think about that. She stared off into the distance for a while and said, wow, this is a very difficult question. I wasn't expecting this. I just laughed and said, it's okay, take your time. Like, I would love to hear what you have to say. Skyla closed her eyes and then said, my advice for you would be don't make too specific of plans in your life. Now, oh man, if you don't know where my wife and I are, here 2 weeks ago, I made a video with encouragement that my friend Sam had given me that if you go to this or that city, don't say we're gonna go there, we're gonna spend a year there, we're gonna make all the monies, and this is what we're gonna do. Rather say, if it's the Lord's will, we will go to this or that city. All of that's playing out in Charlotte, my wife and I's life right now, in that here 2 weeks ago, our friends that own the rental that we are in called us and said, hey, we're selling our place. They're very good friends. They've been so gentle with us, and I've been talking with us every week, and we've been praying, and some things have changed in this last week, but it just threw us into overdrive that, wow, we're moving away from our house. On top of that, I'm getting pre-qualified here in the Bozeman area. I practice real estate. I work in the real estate market every day, and it's very shady on whether or not we're even going to be able to buy a place in Bozeman. So now we're in this space of, do we buy a place in Bozeman or do we just pack up and move to a different city? And so our entire life has been thrown into flux. And during that middle ground period where it was like, are we gonna buy a place in Bozeman or move away? We started developing lots of plans of whether or not we would buy our friend's multiplex that we live in. Long story short, I got my pre-qualification back and found out that the requirements for buying a multi-family house, Charlotte and I don't qualify for. And so here 2 days ago, I got that news, and then all of a sudden I had the information, wow, we are definitely moving and we can't buy this place. And I melted down hardcore, like hardcore. Azriela, my daughter, saw that I was super upset, and she said, Daddy, what's going on? I started crying and said, honey, I'm just very disappointed. I had plans that I thought I was pursuing and they didn't work out, and Daddy is very disappointed. All of that together, all of those things are just rumbling in the back of my heart and mind. And here in the park, God points to this young lady and says, she's got something for you. I walk up and say, give me your best advice. She takes it very seriously. I went to her with faith, expecting whatever came out of her mouth was gonna be from God. And she says, don't make too specific of plans in life. I said, that is amazing advice, Skyla. Could you tell me a little bit more about why would that be your best advice? What does that mean? She then said, well, if you make too specific of plans in your life moving forward and you base your happiness on that, if those plans don't work out, it's gonna be incredibly disruptive to your life and it's gonna invite a lot of stress. At that point, as she's talking to me, I started tearing up and crying because that is the voice of God speaking to me through a total stranger. I told her, thank you so much that advice was just perfect for me. I breathed back to her, here's what that means for me in my life. This is where I'm at, and this is the advice that you gave me. And I just thank you for engaging a vulnerable question with a stranger in a park and taking it seriously. That encourages me so much. Friends, oh man, I'm so jacked up right now that my encouragement to you is, God's commands are true. And then when he says, be anxious in nothing, it's not a suggestion, it's a command. He says, be anxious in nothing. And his commands to us release the grace to be able to obey. And through all of this stuff of just my life being thrown into flux, are we moving to another house in Bozeman? Are we packing up and are we moving away from Bozeman? If we're moving away from Bozeman, then where are we moving to? And once I get there, what am I gonna do? And I have no idea, and all of a sudden my mind starts spinning and I start making all of these plans and basing my life and my happiness on those plans. I'm setting myself up for anxiety and disaster when those plans fall apart. And so the very best way forward in life is to seek first God's kingdom and his righteousness. And all of these other things that the Father knows that you need will be added to you as well. So it's not bad to plan, but like Skyla said, don't make plans that are too specific and base your happiness on them, because if they fall apart, you're gonna add stress to your life. And so focus your life on the one thing that never changes. Seek God with a single-hearted, single-minded focus. Set forth on the one journey to pursue God. He's the one thing that never changes. He will never fall apart, and your joy will be made complete in him. Skyla, thank you so much for your courageous vulnerability to engage with a perfect stranger and adding to my extraordinary life. If you subscribe to what I am doing, hit the button, hit it, and then hit the bell as well so you get notified with the new content. And if you loved this video, you didn't just like it, hit the thumbs down button. You'll help me a lot. You'll fit into my loosely laid plans if you hit the thumbs down button. I pray blessings on your day. I love you guys lots, and I will see you in the next video, which hopefully isn't right after this video when something new happens, but we'll play that by ear.